Hello guys, welcome to the next video in my campaign series for the Necromancer, and this is actually going to be the last video as well, because we have managed to make it to Act 10, which is the last act of the campaign, and we will be completing the campaign in this video and also completing our third Ascendency. So the first thing we want to do is move up here to the cathedral rooftop, and then go right to the left, kill some monsters to rescue Bannon. Kill this little mini-boss right here, talk to Bannon, he's going to move into town, and then you can talk to him later. Bannon is actually going to be Innocence. We have talked a lot with Sin, if you remember, especially in Act 9. Sin is the guy who gave us the Pantheon with the powers from all of the bosses we've defeated, and now we've found Innocence, being Bannon. Bannon just needs one more quest item to actually transform. And once we have the power of both Innocence and Sin, we are going to be able to face Kitava and seal him away. Or at least something like that. As I said before, the lore of this game is kind of confusing at times, because they don't do a good job of showcasing it. Anyways, here you just want to move back. And also, if you remember, this is the exact same rooftop as in Act 5, where we went from here actually into this direction and fought Kitava, where we rescued Bannon just a second ago. And this is the Ravaged Square again, also something we know from Act 5. This is really not any different. What I am going to do here is throw down a portal. You can also do right click on your portal in the inventory, because we want to come back here later. And now you have to go left to the second opening here, then you can move up. Go left again, and up one more time, and there is the waypoint of this area. And I actually just saw a feather in my inventory, so I forgot to turn in a quest reward in Act 9. I'll just do that really quick right now. Another nice skill point, which I'm going to put into some more block chains. Anyways, in the Ravaged Square right here, we can go into the Ossuary, and there we will find the last trial of Ascendency. However, I'm going to go back into the portal I just put down.
Bannon.
I'll just hack the life flask for now. It's very nice. Now, from here, you just want to move down, because there is another passive point quest down here at the control blocks, where we have to kill another boss for a passive point. And there it is. And this layout, if you don't know already, keep in mind this is always the same layout, the area up there, so you can follow exactly where I'm going. This layout again is randomized as far as I know, but the boss should always be like down left. It's a lot of damage. Okay, maybe we can go up here. Okay, there's a staircase. Also works. And there's the block node. You know that you found the red area either with the door right here or when the area turns a little bit more red. There we go. And now we have to kill Vilenta for our passive skill point. The only real dangerous attack he does is this one right here with the lasers. But you can just not stand in them. Yeah, it's very easy to dodge. And also, when you face him, he flies around a bit and shoots down some attacks from the sky. They do deal a bit of damage, they shouldn't one-shot you, so just keep moving. And once he comes down again, use your curse, spam some Raging Spirits, and he will die quickly. Perfect. And we go back to character selection. Back to town. Now we can talk to Lani for our reward. I'm also going to sell 2 Orbs of Transmutation for some Wisdom Scrolls since I'm running out. And this is actually quite decent. I might use this later on. Not for now.
Good luck out there.
Remember, humanity needs us.
And now we go back to the square. To the Ossuary, right here. And then we are looking for the last Trial of Ascendency. And this is the right one, I hope. Yeah, it is. Perfect. And now I think in the defense step I should be able to see block chance. We have like 33% chance to block attack damage and 37 for spell damage, which is very nice. If we had a better shield that actually had like some decent block chance, on this one you have like only 22, which is very low, then we would be blocking way more consistently. But you will have to find a shield with increased block chance. Okay, this seems to be the trial.
When I'm ready and not before.
Crafting recipe. And there is the trial. Wonderful. For this one you have to go left and right first. In these 2 areas, activate a lever. And then go through the middle.
An emperor must know
After you've activated Black, you can just go back to town. One last thing I want to mention is after you defeat Kitava again, your resistances will be lowered by 30, just like he did in Act 5. So it's actually not a bad idea to do the Trial of Ascendency or the last Merciless Labyrinth right here before you defeat Kitava. You can also wait, because as you see I'm level 61 and this is area level 68. This will be a bit difficult. I think it's going to be fine. However, you can also wait until we are at the very end of the act, and I will tell you when we get there. And then there's also an area where you can level a little bit. The chamber, I think it's Chamber of Innocence or something along those lines. I'll tell you when we get there. Then you can level to like 65 maybe or something. And then you should really be fine in this area as well. If you want to also do the trial right now, like I do, you do have to know Isaro's mechanics like quite well, because with some attacks he can one-shot you even with 2.5k HP if you don't block. So there is a chance you die if you don't pay attention to his attacks. However, it should be fine.
Gold is the most liberating.
Let's see where this takes us. Takes us down, that's fine. And again, you can take the traps a lot slower. You don't have to rush through them. And there's Aspen's Trial. So, depending on how much damage we do to Isaro right now, this will either be a very easy fight or pretty difficult. Because especially in the last room, there will be a lot of traps all around. And I really hope that we deal enough damage for me to comfortably dodge his attacks. But this damage looks more than enough.
Such resilience.
Yeah, when you fight him, just stay at a distance, and then you should be fine.
Loyalty is a fire that spreads quickly if the forest is dry.
Okay, this is an interesting layout. I'm just going to try the right way. Let's Let's see where this takes me. Okay, there's a exit up there. And this does take me the right way. Wonderful. And there's the next Aspirant's Trial.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without imaginations converge to a single act of power is to dance with death.
There's a Sleep Slam.
Failure is an illusion.
Dodge that. Then probably nothing can really kill you. At least not one
You were
shot.
born for this.
Okay, there's a lot of traps here, so I might have to be careful. We just have to find one more exit. Then we should be at the last Aspirant's Trial. There we go.
An aspirant can afford
And now,
to be promised.
this is the main issue of this challenge.
Awaits you.
There is a lot of traps, as you can see in this room. These traps are time-based, so if you walk over them, they will activate after some time. So you can just move over them, just don't backtrack.
You are
That's the important thing.
reckless.
And also Avarius' attack where he spawns this green circle around him. This is going to teleport you if you step in it. However, this trial went quite smoothly. Here I have another chance to transfigure the gem. Another option you can do right here is add quality. I might actually do that to summon Raging Spirits. Right here. You can also add experience, but I'm going to add some quality. Chance to summon an additional spirit, that's very nice. And now, the main thing we came here for, the Path of Ascendency. We can get minions have Unholy Might. And now this will boost the damage of our minions incredibly high.
Well, now the time and
If you're thinking about dying,
Okay, so back to Act 10. There is a bit more stuff we have to do, however Act 10 is a shorter act. That's why fitting in the trial is very nice. So this is basically the horns that we have to get rid of. And in order to do that we will need the combined power of Innocence and Sin. So we are looking for Innocence's staff. And there is the Torched Cords. This is the same layout as in Act 5. Just walk this way around until you find the exit down here. Be careful, a lot of these guys have proximity shields and they can do a lot of damage. Okay, but we did manage to make it through. There's a lot of monsters there. This area can definitely corner you, and you can die. And this is the area I was talking about earlier. This is the Desecrated Chambers. If you want to farm a few levels, this is definitely the area to do it in. There's a lot of magic monsters. They are not too difficult, and it's very easy to farm. Again, if you've forgotten to farm an area after you've cleared it, you just go to a waypoint and then control click on the area you want to farm. There you can open a new instance and kill all of the monsters again. And here you also have to go around a little bit. Yeah, you have to do like a big turn from the beginning to get to the boss fight. And now I think can probably move up here. I'm not quite sure, but I want to go for in the mapping part.
When I'm ready and not
And there we see the entrance to the boss. I died, that's very unfortunate. We have to go all the way back. But that will happen occasionally. Especially since our shield is not that good yet. If you have a good block shield, you probably don't die there. If there's a lot of monsters charging at you at once, it can definitely kill you. I got this blue pack and then we are going to go into the boss fight. Here we go. And this boss doesn't have 5 phases like the one in Act 5. It just has 1. And you can see our damage has increased a lot. We also now have Wither, which increases our damage even more. And there's the stuff of purity I was talking about. Maybe this shield finally has some block chance. Okay, it actually does. This is a very nice defensive shield, which I'm going to use. Since I don't think I need the damage now anymore after we've ascended. And now our chance to block is 50%. That's very nice. Now we can go back to town and talk to Bannon. Now this guy will transform into Innocent. She will give us another chestplate, guaranteed falling. And this is decent, not going to use it though. And now, when we have both Innocence and Sin, we can go back to the Ravaged Square. Talk to them here, and he will remove the horns. And now we are going on to the last part of the campaign. We have just 2 areas that lead us to Kitava. And once we've defeated Kitava, that will be the end of the Path of Exile 1 campaign. So here these areas, I will say they are pretty long and there is some difficult enemies here, so if you die all the way down this area you might have to walk a long time back. So approach this area with some care, some of the enemies can definitely kill you. Especially the big demon guys, I hope I can show you them. And right there, they throw these red orbs at you, they deal a lot of damage.
when I'm ready and not before.
As you can see, this guy, for example, these demons, they deal a ton of damage. So either skip them or defeat them quickly.
My gems and armor. What'll it be then?
This is fine gear. Maybe if you find something nice, you can take something. And up there is the exit to the Feeding Trough. This is just a long, straight area leading to Kitava. Grab the crafting recipe, then you can talk to Sin. And now this is the final fight of the campaign. Kitava right here. He has some mechanics that you need to know. There's arm swipe, you can just move out of the way. He is similar to the version of him we fight in Act 5, where he drops his heart out once we reach certain health thresholds. And he also has an attack, a fire breath that is very dangerous, especially in his last phase. I will call it out when it happens. And here, these first few phases are just arm swipes, nothing dangerous. Now this is a pretty dangerous attack. He spawns these axes on the ground. You have to dodge them. And then also he will grab Innocence and Sin at some point during the fight. This attack spawns the cross on top of you. Once you see these like indicators coming to you from four sides, just dash out of the way. Some crosses again. And I think he might do his fire breath. Okay, so I actually skipped his last fire breath. He can also do a fire breath where you will have to go to the very edge of this arena, either up here or up there. And we've defeated Kitava. I think this was one of the fastest Kitava kills I've had. This build actually does a lot of damage to bosses, and I think this will help you a lot with this fight. This fight is difficult, so you can definitely die a lot, but the build also makes it very easy. So right now we can talk to Sin. He will open a portal to Avarius. And once we talk to Lily, we can set sail from Avarius, and this will take us to the endgame.